Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Member for the question. Madam Speaker, there were 3 health facilities that were opened last year to date. The first one was the opening of the upgraded Lautoka Emergency Department and the new operating theatres, and this was opened in July 2017. This development, Madam Speaker, was timely in response to the significant increase in the accident and emergency attendance, general outpatient attendance and pediatric outpatient attendance that was beyond the capacity of the existing health facility. This new facility was developed through an allocation of $16 million from the Ministry of Health budget to expand and upgrade the Lautoka A&E, and of course to enable the public to be provided with a more efficient service, improved quality care, and of course enable the hospital staff to attend to the increasing number of patients. Madam Speaker, this development also accommodates the needs of the greater increasing number of the population in the Western Division. The A&E has the capacity to deliver to a larger number of population, like I said, with greater efficiency. And since opening its door last year, we have been able to assist nearly 4,000 patients in surgery, orthopedic, obstetrics and gynecology, ophthalmology, urology and cardiac and dental services. Similarly, Madam Speaker, there was the newly constructed Makoi Maternity Unit was a much awaited facility for women and children, not only for the Suvarnasori corridor, but for the nation as a whole. This was opened on 16th of February and cost us $7.3 million, equipped with modern medical equipment, again worth around $300,000 to assist, providing high standard of maternal health care services to the population of Makoi and the surrounding communities. Madam Speaker, this new Makoi maternity unit will improve access to maternity services and relieve the congestion at the CWM hospital. The unit provides services from Suvarnasori corridor and supports the high demand in the Central Division. The unit also has a capacity to provide antenatal and postnatal clinics. The low-risk birthing unit for Makoi should be able to manage about 800 deliveries in a year. Mothers for antenatal clinic from around the greater Nasinu area, Valelevu, Nakasi, and other referrals from other centers can utilize these facilities. And the maternal child health clinic at Makoi Health Center is now relocated to the new Makoi maternity unit, and expected mothers are now cared for in a spacious new facility. Madam Speaker, in answer to the question raised earlier, there are plans to commence full birthing services for the low-risk mothers as the second phase of the service development at the new maternity by end of June this year. The unit will primarily be serviced by experienced midwives, and we are re-engaging midwives to work with the obstetrician based at CWM. So we are preparing for the second stage, and of course this will be again a milestone achievement for the ministry in terms of birthing facilities along this corridor. Madam Speaker, maternal death ratio data has fallen from 39.2% for the 2011 and 2013 period to 30.9% per deaths live births in the 2013-2015 periods. Of course, like I said, this new facility, when the second phase is completed, will definitely ease the pressure and demand for maternal services at CWM, as currently 8,500 deliveries are done alone at CWM Hospital alone. Besides that, the new facility, when completed in the second phase, will also broaden the health care services for both mothers and children, also provide primary care services under one roof. Madam Speaker, the third facility that opened was on the 28th of March this year, and this was the Waimaro Health Center in Ra, now upgraded to a level C health center. This facility is also very unique in its design and provides a whole range of services compared to what was a nursing station there. It's been upgraded to a health center, and of course this nursing station was damaged in TC Winston. Now it's completed and fully fledged in operation. Madam Speaker, this was through the ongoing support of the Australian government, which helped us rebuild this new health center to replace the nursing station that was destroyed. Again, the services provided are broad in range. We have general outpatients now, primary health care and dental service, and it will also serve as a base for our zone nurse for that area. Other services that is now included at Waimaro is the NCD screenings, SOPD clinics, monitoring and management, maternal child health services, inclusive of antenatal care, and of course IMCI, that is the integrated management of childhood illness and reproductive health. We have an area for outpatient consultations in the new Waimaru Health Center, treatment room, a pharmacy, a waiting room, and a 2-bed room observation for emergency cases, including deliveries, and of course a delivery room. Madam Speaker, apart from that, the new facilities that will be opening shortly is the much awaited Nakasi Health Center, which is near in completion and is in the equipment stage, so we should be seeing the opening of that in a couple of months. We are awaiting the extension to be completed in Koro Island for a clinic there, again, that has been upgraded to Sea Health Center, fully funded by ACAP, and we expect to open it in June this year. The extension of the CWMH maternity unit that is currently in design phase, Madam Speaker, is going to cost us around $50 to $60 million, and we hope to see the construction and to be implemented soon. So, Madam Speaker, these are the new facilities and the impact that is having on our people. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Honourable